Well, hello and welcome back, my Battle Language buddies. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Battle Language guy, and well, today we have the case of Kanye West, when all these anti-Semitic remarks that had landed him in deep trouble, and one moment of the Piers Morgan interview that he appeared to be, well, a bit have regrets about what he just did. To put this in context, this is the tweet that sparked all this reaction. I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going, and a very crude expression that has, well, ambiguous meaning, but is rude nevertheless, on Jewish people. And that's why I highlighted Jewish people, very important, right down there, because that is going to be an important point for our analysis. The funny thing is I actually can be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew. Also, you guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone whoever opposes your agenda. I don't know. We have this background that Kanye West has some kind of mental issues. I don't know if it's an actual diagnosed bipolar disorder. I am not aware of that, because you know how it is with celebrities. Sometimes they make these claims, I'm this, I'm that, but they haven't even gone to a proper specialist to diagnose that. So let's say that he was taking his medication, that he was sane, and he tweeted this on purpose. But whatever he said on purpose, that he said because he wanted to say it, happened in this. Aftermath of Kanye West's anti-Semitic comments. Adidas cut ties, Balenciaga cut ties, Vogue and Anna Wintour cut ties, dropped by talent agency, dropped by lawyer, stream sales and airplay plummeted, restricted from Instagram and Twitter, stadium shows cancelled, documentary shelved. That was, total fallout. Not surprisingly, after he's not sorry about his said, and Piers Morgan interviewed him, and it was 1 hour and 40 minutes interview. It was quite long for Piers. Piers gave him enough opportunity to say that he was sorry, or he was backtracking his comments. And by the way, this clip that you're about to see is the most important clip on all that interview. You're gonna watch it and you're gonna try to absorb the body language, try to use your intuition, because that's the clip that we will be analyzing tonight.
Racism is racism. Racism is racism. And you know that, I think, don't you?
Yeah, obviously, that's why I said it.
So you said it knowing it's racist?
Yes, I fought fire with fire.
Okay.
I'm not here to get hosed down.
At least that's
Just a
honest.
different type of freedom fighter.
That's honest. All right. You were racist because you knew it was racist, but you decided to do that because people have been racist to you. Is that your position?
No, I'm not. First of all, I can't. What is the beginning? Read the whole tweet.
By the way, you can see that exchange was quite chaotic between the two of them. That was the whole interview. The whole interview was like that. And first, I would like to show you some clips that give some insights about Kanye's narcissistic personality that are quite obvious in this regard. Throughout the whole interview, he makes all these remarks that he has a brilliant mind, he has a creative mind, he is brilliant, he is extremely attractive. All this repeating over and over again, and well, I think you have to see it for yourself.
Me as a creative mind, the beautiful mind, right? You haven't given me any credit or a moment of reflection for the comparison that I made, the brilliant, if I do say so myself, comparison.
My
what
point
led
is,
me, a person, a successful, influential, extremely attractive person to get to that point. But I also believe that I'm extremely brilliant and I'm here to make the world a better place.
So at first I thought that he was trolling or something, but no, the man is serious. He talks like that. He talks about himself like that. And I think those kind of affirmations are nice, but as long as you are by yourself, brushing your teeth, alone in private, in front of the mirror, maybe upon waking up and before going to bed, because you know that your subconscious makes good use of those affirmations. But using them to refer to yourself in an interview is a bit unprofessional and comes out as extremely insecure. Like, you have to say what you are, you have to say what are your skills or your whatever are your strengths. Now, a lot of people will claim that Kanye has the bragging rights to say all these things. In terms of music, I'm not a fan of hip hop, so I can't say that he's a genius, as so many people say that he's a musical genius. I believe them, I guess. In terms of being an entrepreneur, it's undeniable that if he's worth $2 billion, then he's he's well versed as an entrepreneur and knows his stuff in those terms. I give him that, but making those remarks only erode his argument. He wants to make a point. I'm sure that he wanted to make a point. And Pierce, I want to give it to Pierce. He wanted to Kanye to be able to make his point and maybe explain what he did. But, well, this is the best that Kanye could. This is the best that Kanye could do about it.
You know, looking at all of these contracts together. After that moment happens, then I will say, I'm sorry.
I'm going to leave that smirk on the screen and try to explain what was Kanye's point, because he spoke for so long. I'm not going to put all those clips because they're clips that repeat themselves. It's not very clear what he wanted to say. What he says is that I stand by what I said about Jewish people. And the only way that he could say that he's sorry is to gather all these owners of the media, the NFL, the NBA, streaming companies, all the head honchos of these industries, which allegedly are all Jewish. And let's show all the contracts, the top 10 contracts in every industry, and let's see if there are no favoritism, there's no power plays in here. And once all this is made public, then he will agree to say, I'm sorry. Or something that, of course, is never going to happen, and that must be one of the reasons he gives this smirk. Because these conditions to say I'm sorry, which is quite narcissistic in itself, by the way, he knows that it will never be accomplished, will never be done. So the question remains, why, if your problem is with businessmen, if your problem is with the head honchos, the owners of these industries, of these big corporations, why mention their religion? What has being Jewish have to do with that? Because, in fact, in his tweet, he never mentions about businessmen or owners of the media or anything. He says Jewish people. And that is something that Pierce tried to make, hammer some common sense in him. You have a problem, Pierce told him over and over again, you have a problem with businessmen, executives, owners of corporations, CEOs, president, you name it. Not with Jewish people, because what has to do a complete definition of an ethnicity, of a religion, with your problem that you have with a handful of people in the upper echelons of these industries. That is common sense. Now, I have to say that I have my frictions with Piers Morgan. He sometimes doesn't let people talk, and proof of that was his interview to Andrew Tate, that he didn't let the man talk. But in this case, I think Kanye was also upset with Piers kind of interviewing. So at some point, I think he did the right thing. I think Kanye did the right thing with Piers.
And we're going to put them all in one room, and we're going to read let's go top 10 in each one of these categories, right? Let's read Michael B. Jordan's
contract. Why would any of that?
Hey, bro, I ain't finished. I ain't finished my sentence.
Nothing you're saying has anything to do with regret.
Hey, boy.
Don't call me boy.
Don't finish. I told you. Oh, don't treat me like a boy then. I'm going to finish my sentence of my idea.
Nothing you're saying has got anything to do with the tweet.
Cool.
Does
Bro,
it?
I was in the middle of a sentence, boy. Okay, so are you going to allow me to finish my sentence?
Yes. If you then answer my question.
Okay.
Yeah, you can tell that Pierce was not okay with the boy thing, but I think he should have seen it coming. Pierce can be annoying at times, but it doesn't help anything for Kanye that he has arguments like, how much money are you worth, when it had nothing to do with the conversation Pierce had with him.
Pierce, how much money are you worth?
Not as much as you, sadly.
Exactly. So take my advice. Maybe you'll get richer.
I would love to take your business advice.
Why would I listen to you?
So yes, of course, if I wanted to get rich, I absolutely take Kanye West's advice. Of course, he has the receipts to be a mentor about that topic, but this is not the topic that we're talking about here. Every time he felt cornered and he didn't want to say what he, actually had to answer, was the common sense answer that you screw it up talking about Jewish people when you meant Jewish businessman or businessman in particular with nothing to do with the religion, then he just changed the topic. You saw it a couple of clips ago that he said, well, show me the tweet. What does the tweet say? When he was cornered. And now he says he's taking it to the how much money do you make category. That's something that I don't know, because at some points of the interview he was actually very lucid in his reasoning on how the media is corrupting children, something that is undeniable, and he talks for 1 minute straight about that topic without insults, without interruptions, with nothing. And yeah, that's nice, and that's proof that you can make a statement about something that you believe in without severing ties with every single corporation that you have made business with ever. And many people claiming that Kanye is some kind of a genius for being able to get out of these contracts in this way. Well, I don't think so. I think it was damaging to his reputation, because now people are boycotting his products, and they will be boycotting his products for a long time after this if he doesn't backtrack. And you already have seen the profile of the character. He is not going to backtrack in the least. So that's when we have to go back to the original clip where I told you that this is the clip that we were going to analyze, and we needed all that background to understand what happened with the body language, with Kanye's body language in this clip. Let's watch it again.
Racism is racism. And you know that, I think, don't you?
Yeah, obviously, that's why I said it.
So you said it knowing it's racist?
Yes, I fought fire with fire.
But notice one thing right here. Notice that Pierce is cornering him. This is the moment that Pierce was all fed up, was giving him the opportunity to say, hey, I only have to say, the only thing you have to say is, I didn't mean Jewish people. I'm sorry, I apologize. I meant all these business people, all these executives that happen to be Jewish, allegedly, of owners of this media, of this corporation that are corrupting our children and black people, according to Kanye. But no, he couldn't. He would never say that. He will never back down. And instead, well, he was looking down, as you see in this very frame. And Pierce was telling him, so you chose to be racist, to fight people that allegedly are racist. So you decided to go down to their level. And Kanye at that moment is trying to think about his answer. And you see that he does this head wobble and gonna go back and forth. This head wobble is, he's like rocking like a baby. He's trying to pacify himself at that moment. He doesn't really have the answer to get out of that position. He rocks his head back and forth. That is the only moment of the interview that he does that gesture, so it's not part of his usual body language. And he makes this gesture, a sudden sadness gesture. Right at that moment, feeling cornered, he's looking down, he's rocking his head back and forth, and he does a split-second sadness gesture. So for all the bravado attitude, all the narcissistic, oh, how brilliant I am, look how good I am at everything I do, he felt cornered, and his body language betrayed him at that exact moment. Notice that right after that, he fights back, looking straight in at the camera. In this case, he was looking at the camera because it was a remote interview.
Yeah, obviously, that's why.
Yeah, obviously, that's why I said it. So he becomes all of a sudden arrogant again. So this has nothing to do with the bipolar disorder, supposedly bipolar disorder that he suffers. I think has more to do with the fact that he had to fight back in any way. That's why I said it. Okay, that's like that Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson scene, A Few Good Men. Yes, I ordered the code red. That's why I said it. He accepts that he was blatantly, openly racist, anti-Semitic in this case. So you can see Piers Morgan's face that, oh my God, this is a lost cause. This is going nowhere. So he is trying to bring Kanye to his senses. This is not what you want. This is not what anybody who built this would have actually wanted. There are ways to make a statement about the unfair treatment of owners of the media, of corporations, of creative minds like him. So as any journalist, Piers Morgan has to double ask the question or re-ask the question. So you say that knowing it's racist? That's a common practice. That's something that has to be done to be sure that the person means what they are saying. And look what happens with Kanye's body language. He looks down and to the right for a split second. He doubts. He says, what should I do here? He doubts for a split second. There was no need to look down and to the right. He feels cornered, and for a split second, he said, should I concede that I screwed up? But I could understand that you don't get to $2 billion in net worth without being ruthless. And Kanye had to be ruthless to reach that amount of money and to reach the fame and the success that he had up to this point. But the problem is that ruthlessness is not serving him in this kind of non-apology that is given. If he wasn't willing to say anything about this, if he knew what Piers Morgan was going to do in this interview, why did Kanye accept to do this? So he doubles down and said, yes, I fought fire with fire. They are oppressing black people. They are oppressing black creators. Then I'm going to say that all Jewish people that I'm going on this attitude on all Jewish people, all these anti-Semitic comments that were, went nuclear. You can see the comparison here. A few people that control these corporations, and talking about all the Jewish people. I'm sorry if I'm repeating this over and over again, but it's important. And yes, I have to give credit to Piers Morgan that he over and over again gave Kanye the chance to maybe not back down, but apologize. I apologize because I chose the wrong words and I hurt a lot of people. I really meant this and this and this. Not even that Kanye was willing to concede.
I fought fire with fire.
Okay.
I'm not here to get hosed down.
At least that's
It's a
honest.
different type of freedom fighter.
That's honest. All right. You were racist because you knew it was racist, but you decided to do that because people have been racist to you. Is that
No.
And there's another there you have another expression of sadness. Again, he's not sure She's not sure about this. She's not sure if this was the best idea. He's absolutely not sure that it was the best tweet to publish, to hit publish. It was not the best idea to be bravado or all narcissistic all this time, and this interview having the chance to, well, set the record straight.
Is
No.
that your position?
No, I'm not. First of all, I can't. What is the beginning? Read the whole tweet.
And look what happens. He asks Pierce to read the whole tweet again. Read the whole tweet. He's effectively trying to change the conversation. Read the whole tweet. Like you misunderstood the tweet. Read the whole tweet again. And he looks to one side and rubs his nose with his finger. Not that it means anything, not that he's lying automatically, but he's a bit nervous. And he's trying to change or reframe the conversation. You know, that is something that narcissists and manipulators do. Okay, you misunderstood my words. Read the whole tweet. That is classic. That's a classic strategy. You have a narcissistic personality, someone that is not gonna back down, someone that is, even in the face of common sense, he has a friend, an ally in Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan praised him so many times in this interview that it was uncomfortable to watch, and he decided to, no, I'm going to remember all my position. I'm going to talk about actually all Jewish people. Well, that's what you get. Kanye, that's what you get. So I wanted to show you this video because no matter how tough some people are, and so genius that so many claim that Kanye West is in music. Okay, he's famous for some reason. He must be famous as a musician because he must be a genius as a musician. I don't know, because I don't listen to hip hop that much. He's a genius entrepreneur. It's undeniable. But this kind of missteps, like no, it's not a misstep. It's much bigger than that. Is something that you have the opportunity to say, I messed this up. I'm sorry. This is not what I meant. I want to accuse this people that control and influence and damage black people, my community, etc. So many ways to say that, in so many other ways than destroying everything that you have done so far. I think that is not the way. And so many people, of course, claiming that it was a brilliant move. No, it was not a brilliant move. Yeah, maybe you have an opinion, and that is something that we were talking yesterday on Twitter. Maybe you have an opinion about that's not gonna be comfortable for people to listen to, but there are ways of expressing something without, the fallout harming people that have nothing to do with your point, because your point is with owners of the media that exploit black creators. That's the problem that you have. That is the segment of the population that you have problem with. Not because they are Jewish, not because you are Jewish or that is your religion, is because that will force you to act like these business owners that are exploiting people. That has one thing, doesn't have to do with the other. So that's what Pierce tried to tell him over and over again, and that's how you are seeing for yourself how a narcissist will never back down when they're cornered, and especially a grandiose narcissist like in this case, they will never back down, and they will double down even if it means just losing the opportunity to apologize. I would like to know what you think in the comments of this video, and remember to download my 100 body language tips right in the description of this video. Remember the two most important words, my body language buddies: much love and bliss. Bye bye.